She's sugary, she's spice. She is everything plus nice. Take her one-on-one class and she provides the best advice. She'll take you down to the trenches, but only to lead a new way. Only for the sake of you and your legacy to establish a new day. Let's give a warm welcome to the Chief Reprimander and the Supreme Hugger, G. Smith. G. Smith.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the InEarthgie Show. I am your host, Chi Smith. Listen, we have got a treat. And I say that, I know y'all say Chi. Every week you say it because I mean it. I really do mean it. I have a treat. And before we get into the treat, can we just kind of it's some of you guys already had like a big week and it's only Tuesday. And sometimes when it's a lot happening a lot early in the week, sometimes there can be a sense of anxiety or just, high levels of energy and you're trying to figure it out and you might be a little all over the place and you're, maybe a little disoriented. But now's the time to really just take it slow, because we're going to take it slow tonight, because we are going to talk about ourselves tonight. Now, I know you say that every week too. I know, but I really mean it tonight, because we're going to be selfish with ourselves tonight. It's about you. You've been about everybody else. You've been about the spouse, the children, the job, the business, starting up a new business. Did I get all the emails? Did I finish that project? Did I pay that bill? Did I get all the groceries? I know I did half the groceries on Sunday, okay, after church. All right, but did I get all of them? Do I need to go back? Did I get all the kids' lunch supplies? Whatever. You got graduations coming up. You got prom coming up. You got some more school visits coming up. Shoot, you got summer vacation coming up. You got so much going on. And so if we may, just breathe. Just breathe. And take it easy. Greetings to you, Queen Sincere. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you, if this is your first time, let us know where you're tuning in from. Okay, let us know where you're tuning in from, because we love to understand our reach. We are reaching nationwide from coast to coast, okay? And we're also reaching internationally, which we are very much so just honored and to have that pleasure, because here at the InEarthgie Show, we bring resources to you all. And the resource that we're going to bring tonight, listen, this queen is absolutely helping heal people just as much as we talk about it here at the InEarthgie Show. But when I tell you, her spirit just precedes her even before you meet her. And that's my experience. I think I got some pretty good discernment, I think. But I had the pleasure of meeting this queen. And when I found out what she did, and as soon as she opened her mouth, it was just confirmation of who she is. And I believe you guys are going to get something tonight. Without further ado, because we're going to get right into it, I want to introduce to many and reintroduce to some Miss Latrina Caldwell, the self-care pusher. How are you doing?
Yes. Thank you for having me. I am blessed and highly favored. Okay? Yes. I am doing well. I'm just grateful. I just wake up grateful. I just wake up with that mindset that I woke up today. As soon as I opened my eyes, I was like, I'm grateful. Thankful to be here.
Don't you start now, Miss Latrina.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't you start nothing. Yes, come on, Decatur. Georgia, that's right. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. I love my Queen sister Sincere. She's always supporting. She is the bomb. And we have many others. We are all over various platforms, Miss Latrina. And let me tell you, when we thought we were going to have you on back in February, listen, you didn't see the comments and you didn't see the emails at the DMs, but folks was looking for you.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
They was looking for Miss Latrina, but they understood the circumstance. And let me tell you, they were elated to see that we were going to have you back on. Because look, I try my best to keep my promises. Look, I ain't got nothing but if I ain't got nothing else, I got my word. So, so I said, we've got to bring Miss Latrina back on when her health is in tip top shape. And I just want to say thank you for gracing us with your presence, because I want to share with the audience. I had the pleasure of meeting you on Maisha's platform last year. Mm-hmm. We were both coaches, and she's just been the bonding glue for a lot of different people.
Yes.
And I'm glad that we've never lost touch.
Yes.
And I want you to share with the people, who you are and what you do, because you have a beautiful organization, C2C Coaching, and you are really helping people. And we're going to, dive deep into how you're doing that and how that even come about. Why do you even have a passion for that? But if, for people who don't know, let us know where you're located and, what it is your organization does.
Yes. First, let me apologize. You guys, in February, I came down with COVID. I was a little sick. So I healed by the grace of God, and I'm here. Because we keep our word. So I was keeping my word as well. I was coming. Because, we have to talk about self-care, and we have to lean on each other. We have to help each other, communicate, network. That's what it's all about. So thank you so much, my sister, because it's been a year since we did the show. I see you post that recently. So it's been a year that we've been in touch. So I'm very grateful. So I am Latrina C. I am in Minnesota, you guys. And it is cold. We just had snow a couple days ago. Yes. So I'm in Minnesota. I'm a mental health professional. And so my name too, I was granted this name, the Self-Care Pusher. And that just simply means that I live a self-care lifestyle. So I am a mental health practitioner, and I am a certified life coach. I've been coaching for over 10 years now. So coaching for me is a passion for me because I get to work with people just like me. That's the best part about the work that I do. I really, really educate people about self-care, how to love on themselves, how to go to the core, self-acceptance, motivation, self-reflection. I do a lot of roadmap coaching where we kind of create a map of where we start and the bullet points of where we're trying to go. I do a lot of mentoring for youth, for 12 to 18-year-old girls and boys. That's a part of my C2C Coaching LLC, which is a coaching school. It offers community awareness programs from anger management to domestic violence awareness, violence interruption prevention for youth. We're doing resumes, we're doing sports. We have basketball for 12 to 18-year-old girls and boys, financial literacy for youth and adults. Like, we're hitting every area within my coaching programs and community awareness programs. I started my programs during COVID because as a therapist, talking to my clients, I was able to identify a need in the community and I was able to fill it. So that's when I started to go to work. We all know that an idle mind is the devil's playground, right? So whenever I had idle time, I decided to be creative and let all of these creative thoughts in my head, I put them to paper. I started to write books, journals, podcast shows. Now I'm creating curriculums for schools and things like that. So basically, it's all about mental health and self-care and how they go hand in hand for my lifestyle and for the work that I do on an everyday basis. So that, in a nutshell, is who I am, Miss Latrina C. There's much more to me, coaching, therapist. I'm also a fashion model. I also do a little media correspondence work. I work with 2 magazines on the back end, the Pretty Women Hustle magazine, and also She Is E magazine. On the back end, writing about mental health, writing about self-care and how they go hand in hand, and how we need to get away from the stigma that self-care is, oh, I'm going to get my nails done. Oh, I'm going to get my toes. Oh, that is maintenance. People, please understand and do your research. That is maintenance. The way you maintenance your car, you need to maintenance yourself. Self-care and mental health go hand in hand. It's checking in on yourself on a daily basis. Just make sure you balance. I created a rule, the 5 by 5 rule, 5 minutes, 5 times a day. And you can kind of check in on yourself. 5 minutes, 5 times a day. Now, if you can't give yourself 25 minutes out of 24 hours per day, then you really probably need to reevaluate some things within your lifestyle, your routines, to make sure your mental health is balanced. So that's really what I do on a regular day-to-day basis.
Wow. You've covered so much ground. Guys, if you just tuned in, thank you so much for tuning into the InEarthgie Show. We have Miss Latrina C, the self-care pusher. Listen, if you did not catch everything, the description, I'm telling you, it is worth going back and replaying, and even just replaying all together, because, you know, the thing that I love that you're sharing is you do more educating. And I appreciate that, because a lot of times there are some different coaches and therapists and counselors who aren't necessarily educating. To your point, self-care is not getting your nails done. Thank you for debunking that myth. That is maintenance. Yes. Checking in with yourself. And you said that, and if you said 5 minutes, 5 times a day. And if you're not giving yourself 25, just you, 25 minutes in a day, the question is, how important are you to you?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And if you do that, you know, if you do things for so many days, we did her 18 days, 21 days, it has the potential to become a habit. So just do it every day and it becomes normal. It's normal for me I take more than 25 minutes per day, but it's a lifestyle for me. Self-care is a lifestyle for me. And it's every single day I check in on Latrina just to make sure I'm balanced. We live in a world today. Anything is possible, and the devil is busy. So idle mind, I said this before, is the devil's playground. So we have to stay fed spiritually, mentally. That's even a part of self-care. You have to feed yourself. I mean, listen to a podcast, play some music. I love praise and worship. Play your little music. Do something that's going to feed your spirit positively. We have to do that. We have to be okay with that. That is normal for me. That should be normal for us to do every day. Something positive for ourselves. That is good self-care.
So, Ms. Latrina, what would you say to those who are just really, they have a passion, they want to figure this self-care thing out, but they don't know how? You know, they're like, okay, you know, Chi, Latrina, y'all are saying some good stuff. Yeah. I done tried it all from the rooter to the tutor, but I just can't seem to really get it and or stick with it. What would you say to our audience? Because the great thing about the InEarthgie Show, we have a very diverse audience, people from all different backgrounds, all different people groups. And that's another reason why I love, you know, showing up every week for the people. I'm not showing up for me. I'm showing up for the people. Yes. And bringing the right tools and resources. But there are really people who tune in weekly, intentionally, because they're looking to get something, because they may be struggling in a certain area. What would you say to that person who think they have figured out self-care, but it just doesn't stick? What would you say to that individual?
The biggest thing we need to do is educate. Educate yourself. You don't even have to take my word for it. Go Google self-care. Look it up. I'm talking about watch videos. Just really watch the language behind it. It's really making sure you're balanced. And then that even is self-care, mental health, right? And physical health. It's labels. It's self-care in finances, in relationships. You got to take care of yourself all the way around the board. So if you need help getting started with balancing your life, reach out to me. I do complimentary discovery calls, limited seats right now. Reach out to a therapist or a coach, a friend, an organization. Do your research. Now, it's 2022. At this point in life, we can't be left behind no more. I don't want to be left back there no more. It's time for us to come to the front. So you got to do your work at this point. We can't hold hands no more. We can't, we have to get past that. You have to be okay with saying, you know what, it's me. I need to do some things differently. I want to do some things differently because I want good health. I want great mental health. I want to stay balanced every day because my life is not just about me. It's about me and everybody behind me, everybody around me, and everybody I'm, a role model to, my kids, my family, my clients. So I tell people, seek help. Be okay. I was okay with seeking help. If there was moments when I needed help, I put every inch of pride I thought I had to the side and I went and got help because I wanted to be great. I had to look myself in the mirror one day and say, you know what, Latrina, you do need help and it's okay. It's okay. I had to accept that. So self-acceptance, tell yourself that you need to do something different. And then you tap into the resources that are available. There's free resources everywhere. Just tap in. Follow me on social media. She on social media. We're going to post motivating, inspirational things because that's what we're all about, is sharing great mental health and educating one another. So do your work. Educate yourself. Stop waiting for people or places or things to educate and validate you. Validate yourself. We need to get to that place in life where we can do that for ourselves. I too, okay, I'm very transparent in everything that I do. It took me to bump my head a couple times. It took me a minute too, but I wanted it so bad. Whenever I failed, I got up, dust myself off, and I went at it again because it's for me. This is what I want for Latrina. So adopt that mindset because you're in control of your thoughts and your mind. Listen, you can wake up every morning like I do. My mindset is already set though. I have a ready set mindset. So when I wake up, I already know I'm going to have to fight in the spirit. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do. I'm ready for it. But for people who are not there yet, you can start telling yourself, educating yourself, set reminders in your phone. I do it all. I write. I journal every day. That's how I became an author, and I have 10 products out here right now, including books, ebooks, and journals, because I took my thoughts and I put them to paper. Because I was like, if I'm dealing with this, other people are dealing with this. So yes, seek help. Tap into your local resources. We got 211 in every state. Talk to someone and then do your research about self-care. Self-care, the word alone, self. I won't take care of myself. Because if I don't take care of me, who's going to take care of me? And the way you treat yourself sets the tone for how other people treat you. Because you got to treat me better than I treat myself. So if my standard up here for myself, you got to come on past that. Or they'd be left in the background.
I love that. Setting boundaries.
Yes.
That is so important. A lot of times we are just accepting what comes to us, not necessarily setting the standard and the boundaries for others. But again, too, to what you just mentioned, a lot of people, I'm sure what we see, and even down to our youth, they haven't understood their own self-value, their own self-worth yet. So they don't understand what boundaries mean. Yeah. So I love that. Even to what you were sharing, life isn't just about you. So can you help the audience? Man, this is so good. Can you help our audience when you realize life wasn't about you and you made that conscious decision that you were going to go and seek help? With totally at your discretion how much you want to be transparent.
Oh, good. Yeah.
But because there are a lot of people who feel it, but they haven't done it just yet.
Yeah. I was there too. Let me tell you something. I tell people this all the time. I bump my head over and over again. That's just me. Everybody learned differently. And I'm okay with saying that. I bump my head. It takes me a couple times before I get it. But when I get it, and I'm on fire with it. So I just get so overjoyed when we talk about self-care and mental health because I know how important it is and I know how passionate I am about it. But again, people have to be okay with tapping into themselves. I've come from so much trauma and things that I've experienced within the domestic violence situation I experienced. I'm 21 years free of it right now, but all of the hurt, the pain behind it, I lost myself. I lost myself in everything, in career, children, family, relationships. I had food. was my best friend. I lost myself. And then one day, my oldest daughter was like, Mom, you take care of everybody else. When you going to take care of yourself? You help us, Mom. You help them. She was like 5. And I was like, oh my God, like the mouth of babes. And that was a turning point for me. I remember like yesterday. And that's when I decided, you know what, I want to go to these groups. I started tapping into 2-on-1. They had parenting classes, they had leadership trainings. I started to go. Then I was in therapy. I was in therapy on and off for 10 years well before I decided to come to the other side of the chair, you know. And so it's even more personable for me because I didn't find what I give when I was in therapy, right? I didn't find, like, I'm very personable. Like, we really do hands-on work because it's not about say more or yes this or no. How can we figure this thing out? What do we need to do? What do you need?
Solutions.
Meet them where they are, right? You got to meet them where they are. And I love to be transparent because they know I'm you. I'm you in the future. If you do your work and stand on faith, this is what it looks like.
Right.
So that's really why I do what I do, because I get to be that light. And I ran from this for a long time. I didn't want to go. I like being in the back. I want to go back there and be quiet, make coins, whatever I'm going to do in the background. God said, no, your story needs to be heard. Why do you want to hide? I created you. I chose you, right, to go through these things. And then you can stand up and say, you know, I'm a testimony of what God can do in my life, right? So that's me today. And I'm just a walking testimony of that. And it still rain and pours in my life. But when you know who you are and whose you are, it can rain, snow, hail, so whatever it want to do. And I'm still going to get right back up, dust myself off, and go at it again.
These hearts is coming in like crazy. Okay.
I can't see it.
You can't. That's okay. I see them. Yes. Okay. I know what I know. That's right. It's okay. Experiment on yourself. Self-care is a ritual. And I'm just reading the comments that's coming from my Facebook personal page, Latrina. So I'm telling you, we have people on here who can affirm what you're saying. And then we have people who may have lost their way. And I want to now, segue into the pandemic, right? There's people that are yet still trying to trudge up out of the pandemic. There were people who called themselves coasting. They had it all laid out. Everything was good, right? They had their self-care. They thought they had their self-care under control. They just A1. And then the pandemic happened, right? And then it may have just shifted a couple of things or just kind of shook up their world. And now they're at a place where they're trying to. What do you say to those individuals who may be tuning in tonight and are catching the replay who lost themselves during the pandemic in particular? And it just seemed like all walls, everything just came crumbling down. Yeah, because it's a hard hit, right? For those, and I'm bringing it up because I know I see it in my office, so I know you got to see it in your office.
Yes, for sure. This pandemic, I mean, even for us too, it knocked everybody on their tail, right? Again, loving on yourself, that self-love and self-care piece. Even as you're crawling, don't give up. That's the main thing. Have faith, tap into a spiritual background. That's so important. If I didn't have that, I would have been gone long time ago. So having that as a foundation, you can crawl. You're going to get there. Keep crawling. Don't ever stop. Don't ever give up. And tap into those resources. As I stated, these complimentary discovery calls, then you tap into that, and then you tap into other resources, and be okay with asking for help or seeking help to benefit yourself. It's okay. It's okay. To me, that looks more, I look at you up here when you do things like that than to hurt in silence. I want that. I want people to come to me. I do. Because if I can't help you, let's get some resources that can help you. And because I have had to do that before as well. I've had clients that maybe wasn't a good fit. I'm okay with saying I know another coach that provides something similar or that can do this that it's okay. So being a resource, tap into your resources and just don't give up. Seek help. That's the main thing. We have to break those stigmas. It is 2022. And if you're still in the land of the living, no stigmas. Be okay with seeking help. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter. The most richest people and the wealthiest people in the world, the pandemic hit them too. They had to go seek help. They had to figure it out. So it doesn't matter where you are, what you have. It's none of that. It's just taking yourself as a whole. And it starts with that piece of saying, you know what, I need help. I want help. And you get out here and you seek it. And when you don't know what to do, then you tap into that spiritual background and you'll find some answers there.
Guys, if you just tuned in, thank you for tuning into the InEarthgie Show. I am your host, Chi Smith, and we have our wonderful counselor, Latrina C, the self-care pusher. Let me tell you, she is dropping gems on tonight, and she is being truly transparent on her journey, on her healing journey, on her self-care journey, and where it's still a journey every day. But one thing that she said, and I put in our comments, it's a ready, set mindset. I love that. I love that she shared that. It's a ready, set mindset. That means that lets me know that there is a routine that happens before bed, so that even when she gets up in the morning from bed, it's automatic.
Yes.
And she was intentional, and she is constantly daily. It's a daily thing.
Yes.
There's no breaks from self-care. You don't go on vacation from self-care.
No, but that's self. You're dealing with yourself every day. Self.
Yeah. So I love that. So with that, what are some starters? I know, of course we've mentioned, tap into your local resources.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned 211. We mentioned, having your spiritual background and things like that. But what are some other things that you would recommend to really just get started, even if it's this one thing?
Mm-hmm.
What, maybe give us two or three if you can. I know I can't give away all the secrets because y'all need to go see Miss Latrina for this. Okay, look, let's just be real. Okay, we give a lot of jewels away every week on the InEarthgie Show. However, we are of a culture and a people that we have to understand. When you want more and you need more, everything is not going to be for free.
Yeah.
Please get that in your spirit. Everything is not going to be, and it shouldn't be for free.
Right.
Because what is your investment? And I'm sure Miss Latrina says this to her clients because I say it to mine. We can't want your healing more than you. You got to have some skin in the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you want to look good, you make sure you buy the nails, the hair, the lashes, the clothes, the shoes.
Yeah.
Did you not just invest in yourself?
Right.
Looking good?
Right.
So what more? How much better could you look?
Right.
From the inside out.
Right.
If you invest in your self-care.
Yeah.
So what are maybe one or two that you can give the people? Please, for me.
Yeah. So one of my key components to helping me stay on track with my 5x5 rule, reminders. I have reminders all through my phone. Okay. I have reminders that say, send your kids the daily affirmations, 5-minute self-care throughout the day. Set reminders, put them in your phone. Help yourself. That's a way of helping yourself stay on track. Just go right into your alarm and set some reminders. Set your 5x5 reminders for every day. And there you go. And look, sometimes we'll hit snooze, right? But that other reminder going to go off and remind you. And then it's going to go off again and remind you because you have it set. So you won't always hit snooze. You won't always do that. You'll get to the point of knowing, before it comes. I know. By 7:05, my reminder's coming. I know. So set a reminder. Help yourself. It's that simple. And you can label them. Journal. Like I have one to say journal. 5 minutes of journaling. Have my cup of coffee and I look out the window sometimes just to watch people watch or whatever. I love to sit in silence. That's my favorite. I love that peace because I can hear things in my spirit that I can't hear when everything else is going on. So sitting in silence is my favorite. So help yourself. Set some reminders. I'm big on journaling. I let people know my first book, I happen to have one right here. Awesome. My first book is my journal notes. I was very transparent. When I tell you, I just received one of the best reviews ever on this book. And I was very teary-eyed because it's 10 chapters in there. And like, there's chapters like Girlfriend, Get Your Life. I was very transparent of saying, don't wait for somebody else to check you. Check yourself. I ain't gonna wait for somebody to tell me something I already know I need to do. Let me go do what I need to do. Now, it's okay to remind me, but I want to check myself. So it's things like that. I journal, and that, that helped me a lot too. I started to write. That was big for me during the pandemic. I started to write curriculums, books, ebooks. I was like, idle mind is the devil's playground. I have all this in my head and it's positive, and I want to put it to paper. So pick up a positive habit. We have to force ourselves sometimes. We force other things that we shouldn't do. I'll be real transparent. You do stuff that you know you shouldn't do. You need to do something that you know you should do for yourself. When do we get to the point where that is okay? Because like at 40, right now, everything looked different to me. Everything in life looks different. It's kind of like I'm at the point of no return for me and going up and past. So, people need to just take more accountability. That's another thing. Take accountability of saying I need help. That's another thing. If you don't have that made up mindset, it may be hard to get there. So we have to make that first thought decision that I want to do something different, that I want to heal. I want more help. I'm okay with seeking help. That's another thing. And that opens the door, right, for things to come. Because things come our way sometimes and we be too blind or focused on other things we don't see, right? But when you start to have that ready, set mindset, that's different. Because see, I'm already ready. I already know that the enemy busy. So I already know I'm going to block that out. I already know that I have to stay focused on right here because my mindset is set. So, it's really that, really, really taking control of yourself. And if I did it, anyone can. Anyone can.
You are a testimony, I'm telling you, and I love it. I love it. It's funny because I'm seeing more in this world of coaches and counselors and therapists and psychiatrists and all of that. And generally the people who have the heart to help have been the ones that kind of experienced the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is that, can you say that's what, that was what kind of prompted you into this field?
Absolutely. As I experienced a lot. I'm very transparent about this. I dropped out of school in 9th grade. I'm not going to say I'm very proud of that, but I was smart. I still knew how to get corporate jobs and do things. But at 28 years old, I got a GED, went to college and excelled. Right. So people need to realize that too. It doesn't matter even where you come from. My past don't define my future. I do right now in this moment. So you can do anything you set your mind to. But first for me was having a solid foundation and having a relationship with the Father. And that validated for me who I was, who I am. And once I knew that, I was on fire. I'm in alignment with my purpose. And it's like he said, go, and I'm going. And it hasn't been easy for me. People look at us and think things happen in our life as well, all around us sometimes.
Right.
All around us. And we still have to have that mindset. We still have to keep going. We still have to go through healing. Healing is forever. I don't know if someone that just told me I'm completely healed. No, because there's triggers. There's real world. Anything is possible. So healing is forever. I don't know if we ever get there, but it is a process, and you can be alone your journey.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm just so passionate about just loving on myself. I've beat myself up before in the past, like, you know, like the song Mary said, Good Morning Gorgeous, when she said, you know, not loving yourself or knowing yourself. We've all been there. Let's be honest. We've been okay. But when you get to that point, when you accept, because I had to accept my brokenness,
yes,
my dysfunction, whatever it was, I accepted it.
Right.
Just like my integrity, right? Everything about me. Once I got to that place of self-acceptance, I was on fire.
Mm-hmm. Y'all, I can get lost up in this conversation. Look, I'm telling, because this is our realm.
Yes,
this is our realm, and we love people. We love ourselves. We definitely love people, and we do what we do because we want to help people not experience what we experience, and to the depths in which we saw it, and how long it took us to get up out of it.
Yes.
My prayer is that you continue to reach those, that God continues to prepare the people that are meant for you nationwide. Yeah. Y'all, she in Minnesota.
And I didn't this. I told you I had my youth program. So now, even more during the pandemic, I was able to identify the need with the youth. You know, y'all see that that this new generation. So getting to them, right? Their turn, right?
Right.
That's what I'm doing now. So I'm doing more focused curriculum on 12 to 18-year-olds and trying to help, because it takes more than one village now. It might take 10 villages. So, you know, we need help. So being able, as I stated, my baby about to go to college, I'm going to just go in on my youth and in the community and love on them and just kind of help restore these households and restore family structures and restore that healing piece that these households need for the youth, because we have to help them. Evidently, they don't know what they're doing out here. So that's what I'm doing right now. My main focus is getting to the youth and really, really tapping into their mental health and seeing, because this pandemic threw them off. They'll never know what life was like for me and you.
Right.
They'll never know. We could walk to the store, drive, you could do anything. Now you can't even sneeze and it's a problem. So I'm saying it's like the world is so different. So you got to be able to go with the flow, right? You got to change. You got to go with the change, or you're going to be left behind. And we ain't being left behind no more, right?
Yes, right.
I'm tapping to the youth. I just want to tell you, because they are the future.
Well, look, I've been posting stuff and I had no idea what you were doing until tonight.
That's okay.
No, but I'm just like, I've been, you know, anyway, we'll have some off the record conversations because I would love to let you know what I'm doing and what we're doing down south or up north, or however, depending on who you're talking to, you know, different theologians and so on and so forth. But that is one of the things I often share, is even with, you know, families and parents, or whether it's single parent, both parents, co-parent experience, blended families, whatever the case may be. If you feel that you as an adult are good to go, great. But let your babies have it. Get your baby some services. Let your baby see someone, right? Because to your point, they're experiencing things that, you know, it's on a much more heightened level.
Yes.
To where they're not even sure if they're human. They're not even sure.
Yeah, I get it.
If they're even breathing, if they're alive today, they think that they something else, a cow. I mean, I don't know. I'm just being real.
Yes. Yeah.
And to your point, they are experiencing this in a siloed area and not sharing it with parents, and they're going through life. And so I just want to, you know, bless your organization even the more, and speak positively and lift it up, you know, consistently, because the work for the youth is so important in this time, has always needed to be, and has, you know, but definitely much more now. And that was going to be kind of like one of my other questions to you is, are you finding a lot more youth coming your way like never before? Even if the parents or the adults aren't coming, are you seeing the youth kind of, or the parents saying, hey, Miss Latrina, can you help my 12-year-old? Can you help my 15-year-old?
Yes. Oh, I get it a lot. I work with families as well. So I may have the mother and the daughter, separately. I do a lot of couples work too. Right. But yes, I have talked to many parents recently about their youth, saying, 12-year-old girls in school and middle school. And I've been meeting with like the city here where I live, networking about the middle schools and getting my programs in there. I've been really meeting with people almost every day. I had like 8 meetings last week. So I'm really trying to implement my programs, because it teaches you that self-love, that diversity, that accountability and leadership and all the things that we need. Like they get a mentor that intensively worked with them for 8 to 10 weeks with a very structured curriculum that I developed. And it really, really helps the youth. So yes, as well as me getting the overwhelming responses to, especially the more I post my program and network, I'm getting emails and calls, and I'm excited because I have a very good team of 10 people and they are ready, mentors and directors, and they're ready to work with the youth. So yes, I see it from the youth because I have a few clients that are 14, 17, and I see it from the parents. So I get it on both ends.
I love it. This is awesome. Guys, if you just tuned in, welcome to the InEarthgie Show. We have Miss Latrina C, the self-care pusher. Listen, you definitely want to catch us on replay. You want to like and share. We see the beautiful hearts come in. Thank you guys so much for your comments and everything. But please share this because we are in a time to where you may have just come in on the tail end and we're talking about youth, but we're talking about full-fledged families. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's a traditional family, non-traditional families, blended families. God is calling families. And God is calling the families come back. And actually, I saw an article yesterday that just said that since the 70s, that we have increased the family dynamic, like pulling the family back by 70% since the 70s with mother and father in the home with the children. Oh. So I've got to find that article and I'll post that. But I was elated to see that.
Like, oh, okay.
So something is
changing. Okay.
Yeah, right. And so I was like, okay, but it's time. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for your services. I'm so grateful for your heart, your passion. I'm so grateful that you are still here with us today to share your testimony for people to understand that if Miss Latrina went through it and she did the work and she wanted it, and her baby also said something.
Yes. Yeah. And I listen because that's another thing. Parents these days, be okay with listening to your child. They have voices. Listen to them. Sometimes they'll tell you what they want, what's going on, but we're so busy. It's designed for us to be busy, right? And overworked and underpaid. This. I was telling my clients during this pandemic, if you have an opportunity to change things in your life or your career, do it. Take this opportunity and run with it. So if you have to leave this career, whatever works for you, you have peace, you can restore family structure in your household. Take control of what you want to do. I was helping start your business. What are you passionate about? I was big on that. I was really big on that. So yeah.
I love it. So guys, Miss Latrina, look, she absolutely wants you guys to find balance.
Yes.
You got to find balance mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
Yes.
It's important.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That is a part of it too. Yeah. Because sometimes those finances can trigger different areas.
Really? Yes. Will knock you off your tail. So that's another thing. We just need to tap into that self-care in all areas of our life to maintain balance.
Right. And take it one bite at a time.
Yes. Your race is against yourself. I'm running against me. So if I want to go slow today, I'm going to go slow today. The key is I'm not going to stop. Don't stop the race. But you're not running against nobody but yourself. That's another thing. Stop looking at what they doing at their table and focus on your own. That's another thing we need to do. Now, I'm all for sitting at tables and people sitting at my tables. I'm okay with that. But everyone's not there. And I understand that. I'm okay with it. But just stay focused and love on yourself. That's what I tell people. If they get nothing else from me, self-care is a lifestyle. Make self-care a lifestyle for you.
You guys heard it. Set the reminders. You got the reminders to drink your water.
So, come on now. Or Zumba or anything else that you want. So set reminders for self-care.
Reminders.
Yes.
Journal. Sometimes those words will not come out of your mouth, but you'd be surprised what that hand will do on that paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before you know, you didn't wrote 4 pages and you didn't know you had all that in you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. 100%.
Accountability. Miss Latrina shared that with us. These are just a couple of tools, just 3 tools to get started with your self-care journey. Set reminders in your phone, put sticky notes wherever you need them.
Yeah.
Refrigerator.
Listen, one client of mine, I went to her house. We sat with a whole pad of sticky notes and wrote out affirmations and reminders. We went around her entire house and we put them everywhere. They're still there. When they fall down, she taped them back up. I did that with my kids on their mirrors, in their bedroom, letting them know you are enough. Love you, things like that. Reminders. This is for you. Do whatever you need to do for you. If it means sticky notes, reminders, my mama called me, whatever it needs to be, you do what you need to do for you. In 2022. Okay.
In 22. Yeah. And before we get out of here, you said the word number 3 on the tool list, accountability.
Yes.
And while we're talking about reminders, sometimes we need to find, it's okay if you just have that one accountability partner to tell them to call you.
Yes.
Or text you this time every week, every day, whatever. Allow someone to go on the self-care journey with you. Allow yourself to have an accountability partner. I like that you shared that. I think sometimes and a part of this too is why some people come to receive services. They have a challenge with trusting people.
Yes.
So they really don't know who to really get in their accountability corner to help them along their self-care journey. But like you said, call your mom.
Yeah. Yeah. My mama called me. I don't even have to. She called me every morning. I'm like, lady, I work for myself. I get up at this time. I'm 40, but never mama. So
Never mama.
Accountability partner as well. I have those. I have 1 or 2 that I talk to on a regular basis that, may say things to keep me in alignment. And that's okay. I have a therapist. I'm a therapist with a therapist. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. Like I said, the healing journey is a process. Now, I may not be where I started, right?
Right.
But I'm on my way. But I'm okay with saying I still need help along this journey because I'm helping so many people. We already know it's transferable. Energy is transferable. So I have to release. I have to go get filled up as well. So I'm okay with saying the therapist has a therapist, and I'm okay with that.
That's right. That's right, y'all. I say it all the time. Even the mentor has to be mentored.
Yes.
You have to be poured into so that you can continue to pour.
Yes.
Everybody has an assigned group of. When you were created, God said, "I've got this territory, whatever that territory looks like."
Yes.
Is strictly for Latrina. Or for whoever.
And I understand the assignment.
And on that note, y'all, Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you. This was so needed. I'm telling you, I met Miss Latrina a year ago, and we were on the same platform together with another beautiful soul.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I have not lost touch with Miss Latrina, and I knew that it was imperative for us to be on the same platform together because her spirit was so pure and her words was just so on point. And she can speak life into anyone. And I'm telling you, your presence was needed. We have to let people know, first of all, that there are therapists and counselors that look like us.
Yes.
So definitely, guys, don't be afraid.
Yes. No.
Even I'm sure Miss Latrina services can absolutely reach you wherever you are.
Yes. Yeah.
So don't
nationwide. Yeah. For the mentor program for youth as well. I have youth in Atlanta right now, and I'm in Minnesota. So my program is designed to be in person or virtual. Because guess what? When the pandemic happened, I changed with the world. I was like, hey, let me implement some things that's going to work for today. You have to be ready, a ready, set mindset. So
awesome. Well, Miss Latrina, thank you again for gracing us with your presence. I really appreciate it. Guys, please make sure that you follow Miss Latrina on her social media handles that has been streaming below all show long, and you have her contact information as well. So please feel free to send her an email, even if you have a couple of questions. I think she said, she's got a few limited spots for just some free consultations. But I'm telling you, you will not. You won't be upset. You will not be upset. You will absolutely see growth. And, we just want to leave with the people. Don't be afraid to sign up for any services. I'm a resource. Ms. Latrina's a resource. We have people who majority of our audience do look like us. I'm going to be honest. And it was so important, again, to have you on because we need more of us seeing us in this realm, in this industry, in this space to know that it's okay. And by you being transparent tonight, I appreciate that because there are people who are going through what is now your testimony.
Yes.
And they're trying to figure it out along the way.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. They're trying to break loose of those chains. They're trying to break loose of whatever's trying to hold them there, make them think that it's okay, and whatever else lies that are trying to come to them. But I do believe that the more we see us show up in this capacity, the more we will render the services.
Amen. I love that. And thank you for what you do. Hope you getting your flowers too, because now you've been on fire and you thebomb.com from one sister to another. Yes, we stayed in touch. We on Clubhouse.
Yes.
Need to do. So I appreciate you as well for what you're doing and spreading awareness, having this platform to connect, our voices. Right. So people can understand, as you stated, that it's okay. What we look like, right, in this field, we're here too. Right. And because we can relate to you, come on. So I love what you're doing and how you do what you do and your spirit. So you say these amazing things about me, but I have to give you your flowers. Your spirit is amazing. It's peaceful. It's inviting. So I thank you for what you do and how you do what you do and having discernment, and you keep doing what you're doing because you are breaking those walls down right here by having this conversation. If you need me to come back, I'll come back.
Oh, thank you.
I'll come because we have to keep spreading the awareness, right? Because somebody has to do it. And I already said I accept the assignment. So, right. So you keep doing what you're doing too, because you're doing a wonderful job. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you for how you handled it before when I had to cancel. But just everything. I still heard how you shot me out on the show and you sent healing to me and everything like that. So it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you for your time and your expertise as well.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Look here. This was a good one. This was a good one. Y'all replay this. Hashtag replay, please, in the comments. Somebody. Thank you so much, Latrina. I really appreciate you. I will absolutely have you back on because yes, we need to have some conversations from the people that are seeing it. You know, the people who went through it and the people who are seeing it now, and the other chair, like you mentioned.
Yes.
There's a lot of healing to be done.
Yeah.
And we're sisters that's doing the work.
Yes, we understand the assignment and we're ready. So whatever the next topic will be, I'm very transparent. So I'm open for it. So because I know we understand that our story is going to help someone. So I'm okay with telling my story. Again, someone has to do it, and I'm going to do it.
Awesome. On that note, Ms. Latrina, I'm going to put you backstage. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you. We love you. Thank you guys so much. I really hope and pray that you enjoy, because we came in peace. And I know you have received your peace tonight. Okay, this was a peaceful show. Drop some gems. Hey, I hope you had your pen and paper. And if you forgot something, go back and again, plus replay and write some things down. Guys, 3 tools tonight. 3 tools to get you started. Set some reminders. Journal. And get you an accountability partner that can keep you on this self-care. It is a continuous process. Don't think it's a one and done. No, you are forever evolving, forever healing, forever. Look, you going from that caterpillar to that butterfly. It was a process in between. Come on now. Don't be afraid of the process. Take it head on. Be intentional about your healing in 22 and forever, because somebody waiting on you to get your healing. See, okay, I wasn't supposed to go there. Folks ain't healed because you ain't chose to heal. What you waiting on? Somebody is waiting on you so that they can get it. That's why we say that every week. The Energy Show is for you. But once you get it, what we say, you get it for yourself so you can give it to others. And then what? They get it for themselves and then they give it to others. It becomes a whole domino effect. Come on. I love y'all for real. This is real work. This is real work. And we got to do the work. We are in a planting season as well as reaping the harvest season. Some of you all will be planting right now, and some of you will be reaping right now. You got to know what season you in. This could be the perfect time that you start planting seeds for yourself. Why would you not want to plant seeds of healing? So that you can see the healing results later, and then someone can see your results and they choose. That's what it's all about. So we thank you guys. We came in peace. We leave you in peace. We love you. I love you for real. We'll see you next Wednesday. No, not next Wednesday, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday with another great show. Replay, like, and share. Peace, y'all.
She's sugary, she's spice. She is everything plus nice. Take her one-on-one class and she provides the best advice. She'll take you down to the trenches, but only to lead a new way. Only for the sake of you and your legacy to establish a new day. Let's give a warm welcome to the Chief Reprimander and the Supreme Hugger, G. Smith.